Hey bros, welcome back to the Jerry Experience. Today, I'm going to be joined by Jace Caden Williams West, the famous historian and feminist author. So today, Mr. Jace and I are going to be discussing one of history's most famous women, Sally Ride, also known as the first American woman to be in space. Hey Jace, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me on, Jerry. If you don't mind, I have a presentation about Sally Ride that I've been meaning to present if you don't have anything else you want to talk about.
Sure thing, Jace, and don't worry, you can present it.
Alrighty, thanks for letting me do this presentation. I'll start with some quick facts about her, roughly three. She was the first American woman in space and flew on two different missions. The first one was the STS-1. Then the second one she flew on was the STS-41-6. Along with being the first American woman in space, she was the first female Capcom operator.
If you don't mind me asking, what is Capcom?
Yeah, I don't mind you asking at all. Capcom stands for Capsule Communication. The job of them is to take astronauts and the shuttle and communicate with them to see how mission tasks are going and to see if they need any more support, whether it be more astronauts or resources like food, water, etc.
Whoa, I don't know all that. I honestly thought you meant the video game company when you said Capcom. You know, like Street Fighter and stuff.
To go alongside of her journey with NASA, she was also an avid stamp collector. She started collecting stamps at 9 years old and continued all the way to her passing up in 2012. After she sadly passed, her collection was given to the National Postal Museum about 6 years later in 2018, where 7 stock books and one folder were donated fully of stamps.
Whoa, that's pretty sweet, dude. I wonder where she kept all those stamps. Why she even collected them? That's pretty crazy.
I wonder where she kept all those stamps too. She kept a very private life, but she lived to roughly 61 years old, being born on May 22nd, 1951, and died on July 23rd, 2012, sadly due to pancreatic cancer.
It sucks big time that she died. She could have, like, helped with more inventions and stuff. But before we get any farther, Jace, what was her early life and education like? What was that like?
In her early life, she was born in Encino, California, but ultimately grew up in the greater Los Angeles area where she had an average life for the time period. Uh, One of the sports she played while growing up was tennis. She later found a love for physics and space, though, which, as we know, took her to where she is. Her education consisted of attending Stanford University, where she got her bachelor's in both English and physics. After she got the degree, she went on to get her PhD in astrophysics, which, as we know now, would go on to benefit her extremely in
Yeah,
her
yeah,
career
okay.
path.
What was her personal life like? Tell me about that, Jace.
I mean, yeah, there's not too much known about Miss Ride's private life, but she was. Some of the things we do know is that she was married to another astronaut, Stephen Harley, for roughly 5 years, in which that marriage they did not have any children. However, after Sally's passing, Tam O'Shaughnessy came out about a 27-year long relationship they had together after meeting while playing tennis as kids. This relationship made Sally the first public astronaut a part of the LGBTQ community.
What? No way. I didn't know, but I guess it makes sense she kept that under wraps during that time. She could have gotten in trouble. I mean, crazy world, right?
I mean, yeah, just like
Hey,
her personal.
wait. Jace, I'm gonna stop you right there. Ad break. Hey guys, welcome back to the Jerry Ad Spot. Have you guys ever been trying to talk to your friend who's in the bathroom, but they just can't hear you? What? What'd you say? I have the solution for you. The Toilet Talker 3000. Let me show you how it works. It's easy. All you gotta do is slip the Toilet Talker 3000 under the crevice of the door in which you want to talk to your friend, and they will hardly even notice that you're there. And now, back to our regularly scheduled show.
I mean, yeah, just like her personal life, keeping that secret for that long, her professional career was no joke as she overcame stereotypes within the STEM fields. In 1977, she flew aboard the Challenger space shuttle. In her career, she became one of the first women in space, or became the first American woman in space, and the youngest person to go into space at 32 years old. After her space journeys were over, she became the first female member of Capcom.
Well, that sounds like quite the accomplishing life she led. Does she have any famous quotes I might know of? Any that I might have heard once in a while?
Yeah, there is probably a famous quote you know of that's still commonly used to this day in all aspects of life, not just the STEM fields. It is read as all adventures, especially into new territory, are scary, which we can apply to every aspect of life, considering we never know what we're going to get into when doing new things. So it can be extremely scary at times.
I don't think I've heard that one, but that's pretty cool. All right, well, thank you for coming on the show, Jace. Hopefully, we can see you another time. But until then, I'll see you around. All right, guys, thanks for tuning into the podcast. Tune in next week as I interview the guy who killed Osama bin Laden.